Hi there, it's Tania from Tatty Treasures. So today I'm back to do another one of the Mass Makes by Shabbydaddydoodah, and this is number 25, making double book page pockets. So if you're following along in this series, you'll know at the moment I'm using the Bay Bunny paper. So I've chosen two pretty plain ones because all you're going to see is this part at the back. So I thought we'd just go plain. So I'm going to do two pink and two green. So let's kind of find out how wide this is. Oh, why does it have to be a funny measurement? I might cut these to 5. Right, so I won't do that yet. So if we go 5, I'm going to just mark 5 on here. So there's 5. And I'm going to hope that I can just rip it. That's pretty straight. Okay. So that's one, and then I'll do the next one, which is so we've got 2 for those. I'll pop those and we'll use those in whatever the next mass make is. So they're going to be enough to fit that way once I've cut them down. So these are the book pages that I've got from the altered book that I'm doing, and for each one we need 3. So I'll just put those over there. So if I make 3, that's 3, 6, 9, 12. So that's 6, 9, 12. So I'll move those out of the way. Let's get them all the right way, and then I can cut them maybe all in one go. So that's that. First I'm going to cut this scrappy end off. Why are they shorter than 5 then? Anyway, I'll do it at 5. So that's that. Let's just check that I'm on the right. Yeah. Okay. So that's those. Let's get rid of those. And then we'll separate them into 3s. 3. 3. 3. And I'm just going to start by putting this first panel in. So I'm thinking if I just go by this one, that if I go to 3, that's going to be plenty. So we'll go 3 and 6. I'm going to do that with a paper trimmer. So 3 and 3. And again with this one. 3 and a 3. That's that. So I'm first going to stick this back panel. Obviously it is a little bit bigger, so I can trim that off after, but I'm just going to start by getting this into the back part. Now you can obviously do these any width that you want, any length that you want, just to fit, you know, fit what you're doing. So I thought 5 across was a pretty good measurement. measurement. Oh dear me. It's not first thing in the morning, it's the afternoon. A bit tired today. And I'm filming this on a Monday, so that's not very good, is it? Already exhausted and it's Monday. I didn't sleep too well. Not last night. I slept fine last night, but the night before, I didn't sleep well. In fact, I don't think I slept great last night. You know, when you think about it, I think it took me a long time to drop off. I came up to bed pretty early, and I just sat watching a bit of YouTube, and then all of a sudden I felt colded up, and I got a sore throat and my nose was running, and yeah, and then I remember not being able to drop off, and actually I did wake up quite a few times. I had to wake up and have a drink. So yeah, that's probably it. Two nights of broken sleep. So yeah, I feel quite sluggy. I feel like a slug today. Let's do it that way, because that's the way I'll be cutting off. And it doesn't matter that I've not perfectly lined them up on there, because I can either trim them or ink them. That doesn't matter. It looks a bit of a clash, doesn't it? This pink and green. Obviously, they're not going to be going together. I just thought I'd just do them two totally different, and then I could probably decorate the green ones, you know, a bit more botanical, and the other one's a bit more floral. So I'm just going to trim all these off just to straighten those up. Yeah. Oh, I must spend some time and clean all my scissors. It's just one of them jobs that you just never get round to. So that's the backs. And the next piece, you're just gonna bring it down slightly, not, you know, all the way like that. These are just slight ones, so I've just pinched it in the corner, and I thought I'd pinched it in the corner. That's it. So that will go there. I think these are all different sizes, but it doesn't matter. Honestly, I can trim them all. I think I'm going to bring that down just a little bit more, because it's a shame not to see a bit more of the green. So yeah, that's better. And then the next one, you're going to do exactly the same. So that's going to go like so. Yeah. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to glue down here. And actually, let me get, I'll try the tea stain on the book pages. So I'm not going to ink that side because I know that I'm going to be probably trimming that side off. So if I try to get the left hand side straight, and then I don't know why it doesn't look straight. But it is. Right, and then we'll do the same down this one. And again. So yeah, I think I've got a cold, so I just feel like my head's full of cotton wool. So yeah, I feel a bit more confused than normal. So, oh, I don't, why did I do that? And then place that wherever you want that to go, like so. Just wipe that bit of glue off. So before I stick this side down, I'm just going to straighten it up. So we'll do that. I can see on this side it is just a little bit. That's better. Now let's decide how tall we want them. So set that ruler. So let's have a look what 5-ish looks like. Yeah, I think that's a nice kind of height. So then you've got plenty of room to decorate. So I'm going to cut those off. Might be able to make the next one a little bit more more sensible. And we're gonna run some glue down that one, and I needed to go down here, didn't I? I bet you as I was shouting, do the bottom, things will be falling out. So that's that one. And then if I go from here, yep, and down there, and that's that one. So I shall ink all around it now. That green looks lovely against the book page. Again. So that's one. So we've got 1, 2, and then depending how you stick it down, you could have, or you could even put a bottom panel across it, or you could use the same paper that you've used there. So that would look nice. So that's one. Then that one's a lot shorter. I don't know what went off there. Right, again, I'm going to ink down the crease. I'll line that up. Yep. And this is the next one, so I'll have that about there. Yep. And we'll place that about there, like so. Right, I shall just trim all that side down to straighten it up. So obviously they're not going to be 5, they're going to be whatever, and you know, that's fine. I'll say that they're a good size. So that's that, and then we're gonna need to cut it off, don't I, first? So how, well, I'm gonna cut it there. That's it. All right, can I open that back up, or yeah. Good job, I'm only doing something easy today. I was going to carry on doing the Tim Holtz folios. I've cut the papers for it, and I've clipped them in with paper clips, and then I thought, well, I'll do a bit more later, but I don't think it's perhaps a good idea. I think you're just best sticking with simpler things, aren't you, when you're not feeling 100%. I think I'm going to sneeze, hold on. Oh, cracky. Bless me. Oh, that just came from absolutely nowhere. So, yeah, I think I'm coming down with a cold. But it's been really wet and cold here. When I think about it, let me, well, I don't know if to round those corners off. What would that look like rounded off? Oh yeah, that looks nice. Right, so let me just ink around there, and then I've got that one. Oops. Oh, come on. Right, we'll do that. Just get a little bit of glue down there. That's that. And there. That's that. So that's those two. Let's use, that's what I've just cut off. So we'll have this one, and we'll go down. See what that looks like. Yeah, that's fine. I'll do that one. And I don't know where all the papers have gone. Right, and my fingers aren't working very good. A bit like my head. And that can go there. So I'll just give it a bit of ink. Right, before I start sticking it down, I think I'll cut it off. That might be easier. See, Tina's books pages, they was all joined together. So it looked as if it made it a little bit easier, but obviously these have been ripped out of a book. But yeah, I obviously wanted to get these these used up. So we'll glue down there. And down there, to think about that. So that's that. Like I say, we can trim that off after, and then if it needs a bit more glue down it, that's, can do that as well. I think I might actually have a nap. Really. Thing is, because my sleep is a little bit messed up at the minute, you seem to then just make it worse, don't you? Because then the following night you can't sleep because you've been to sleep. But I've not had a day's sleep for a while. Probably a couple of weeks actually. I've done really well. Normally I have to have one at some point in the week. Right, I'll just go back down that one. So let's round these off. I like so. Ooh. Just ink around there. You could sew around these if you so wished. I don't think I'm gonna. So that's that one. That's 3 done. So I'm going to pause and do this one because obviously I'm not doing anything any different, and then we'll decorate, we'll do the fun stuff. So I've done those. I finished my coffee. I've got a bit of lace out. I've got this lovely book out that Alison sent me from Crafty Ali Creates. So some beautiful pastel butterflies, so I might use some of those. I've got this out, so I might do something down the bottom pocket. I've got my bow bunny and other things that I just keep throwing in this folder when I think it's a bit bow bunny-ish. That'd look nice in there. So let's have a look. Nice to kind of get a tag, and then I can match it to the tag. So that's another pink one. That's that one. That's another pink. I want something a bit more, oops, greeny. Well, let me just turn the volume down on my computer. Sorry, I'd been listening to Tina before I came on. Right, I've got one for all of them, haven't I? So I have got some butterflies already cut out. These are ones that Alice sent me too. Quite like that one. That says the rose on it. A couple of leaves. It's all little bits and bobs. This is. I could perhaps do with oh, inspire would be nice. So I'll keep a couple of labels out. These are what Ali made as well. That would be nice on one of them. Oh, it certainly had this. feel quite confused. Right, so I think that's all we want from in there. I've got some washi, I've got some pink, and I've got some with stamps on, so we'll perhaps keep those out. And then I've got my little, well, bulging stuff, and this is more, well, I don't know what it's more, but I've put it up, away from the actual botanical, so it's more floral. So let's have a look at this one first. I'm just gonna trim that down. So that would be in like so. I think a label could be nice at the back. Let's have a look what flowers I've got. Oh, that's nice. So I could perhaps do that there. And then that's going to be too tall to put any lace on that one. So I'm thinking I want something there. So let's have a look at maybe this butterfly. Oh, I don't know what I've got these scissors out for. Let me change them. There's no way I'm going to be able to try and save antennas today. Sorry, Mr. Butterfly or Mrs. Butterfly. Or if you prefer to be called a Ms. I'm a Ms because I've never been married. And I just think I'm far too old to be called a Miss. I think they're on about taking those kind of titles away. They are a bit irrelevant, aren't they, really? Especially when you're being asked in a shop or something. It's like, well, what's it got to do with you? And I don't know if that's because I'm not married and I'm a certain age, and then you think people are going to think, oh, she's not married. But yeah, I've never been married. It's not something I've really wanted to do. Never had the yearning. Yeah, both of the relationships that I've had. I mean, the father of my oldest children, he did pass away. We was together 13 years. I was like 16 when I met him. And then I think I've been with Ryan 14, 15, yeah, to be 15 years. So, yes, you know, I'm not married as on a legal document, but I've been in two marriages because, I don't think I'd act any differently. Right, so that would go in there. Quite like that. We'll see what this looks like once it's been stuck down. I don't feel like that label needs any fluff or anything behind it, with it, going at the back of the pocket. We don't want it bulging out. So that's that. I'm going to stick this down first and see what this looks like. Because once it's on it'll probably look a lot paler with it being a washi. So I'm going to, I'm just going to throw it down. I'm going to measure it up from this side and then cut whatever's left from the bottom. So that's that. Let's just cut this like so. Okay. And quite like that close too, you know, even though it's still, well, there's nothing there, but I think, you know, just putting it there and it, whereas I think that's got a lot more to it. So I could maybe put some lace down the side. So I'll stick that around there. I want it a bit more like that. So I'll look at this thin lace. Well, that's quite nice, because I don't think it needs to be frilly. I think that just finishes it off nice. So we'll do that. I hope they do look alright, because I think sometimes when you have got a cold, I'm going to say, I know my head does feel quite foggy, so probably look at it in a few days and go, oh, what was you thinking? So let me try and measure the bottom bit. So I've only got it cut off at the top, and I want to cut it from the top because I'd rounded the corners on that one. So I'll just carefully snip it because it won't quite have grabbed with using art glitter. It takes a moment. So I like that, and then we would have as card in a bleeding heart. They're lovely, aren't they? So cut off that in. It's a shame, isn't it? Then once you put it in, you can't see. That's it. Do that. Kind of spoils it having something in it. I don't think we want anything else. Do we want? No, we don't. Yeah, I like that one. It's just, I do feel like it could do with just something else. I mean, what does it look like? No, I think that's too much. I like that. I feel like I shouldn't, but I do. So I shall put that across there, like so. When I've done this, I'm going to pause and put something on my table. I'm getting quite naughty for not having anything down, and I will regret it. So I'll just snip that. Yeah. wonder if it needs... I'm sure my inner Tina comes out when I do Shabbydaddydoodah. I'm just wondering if it... I don't know if I can be as brave as to put some diamantes on, but yeah, I'm just wondering. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Channeling me inner Tina. I think because, you know, I've just watched her decorating and stuff. It is kind of like, well, the Tina's project. So, doing it in a Tina way. And I think the Babe Bunny brings it out of me as well. So, yeah, I like that. I'll keep those out. Who knows, might want another pearl. Right, I'm going to pause. I'm going to put a mat down because I think it's silly not to. So, yeah, I think that now that's got a bit more to it, it's fine that that's in there. So I need to find something littler to go in there. So I'll be back in a tick. Right, I've put my mat down. So I'm happy with that one. We'll put that one to one side. Let's do another pink one. So that's the card we're going to use. Pink. That up. So nice tea rose. So I've got that what says the rose on it. So I think I might put that in the back once I've straightened it a little bit. Okay. Oh, my cutting is terrible. Okay. So I'll just ink that up and that can go in the bag. Now I would like to put lace down that pocket. So I probably want something a bit smaller to put on the front. Well, it's not as tall. So that can go there. Okay. Love is like a rose, Philip Bailey. That's nice, isn't it? Oh, that's it. So that's going to go on there. So I could either have something like that on, which I feel like if I did that, I'd have to have it quite high. So maybe that's a no. So I'm thinking if I had some lace down there. Let's have a look what we've got. Oops, a daisy. Right. So I have got some cutouts of florals. I don't know if you can see. I think these are all too big. It's a yellowish one there. I'll just keep that out for the other. So I have got a rose there. And I've got some pot roses. It's a daffodil. Some forget-me-nots. So yeah, there's not a lot in there. Couple of roses. Oh, that's tulips. That's a rose. Poppy. That's another rose. Here. I think that is a kind of rose. It doesn't matter, like it doesn't have to be a rose anyway. Want to be pinky red more than anything else. So I think that's it in there. So let's have a look what we've got. So we've got this half rose here. I quite like that. I obviously liked it because I've used the other half on something. But again, I won't be able to put any lace across there, and I just think there it's you know, gonna get trapped. So I wonder if I took this bit off, put that there. No, it needs to be high, doesn't it, that one? High. So that's a no. And then we've got this lovely little rose here, which can't go there. It's a bit pale, isn't it? Oh. Oh, that's a shame, because I don't want just by Philip. So Philip-oo, because I think that would have looked nice. But then obviously over there it doesn't look right. It doesn't look right there. So then we've got this one, which again, that's too tall. So we are left with this one, or this one, which I think is too pale. So that's that. Now maybe I could put it onto something to make a bit more of a show of it kind of thing. So let's just go around here. I've got some gold organza. Ooh, I thought I'd just be able to tear down that. Maybe I can normally. Right. So I think once it's inked up it'll look better. But then I don't think that lace goes with it because the colour. Let's just ink it up and see, because I'm always quite put off with the whiteness of it. Can't seem to see past how bright it is, kind of thing. So I think that looks better straight away. Right, I think I've got some. I'm not loving it. I'm not loving it. in. I like it now it's higher up. Quite like that. Let's ink this up. Yeah, quite like that. So what that'd look like with it, with that hanging off, and that a bit higher. Right, I'm back. I finished that one off camera because Ryan had just nipped home for his dinner. So yeah, I found that one a bit more difficult, but I think it's turned out fine. I prefer the first one, but that's probably because that's a bit more bare. So yeah, I've just put some across there. So that's the two pink ones done. Now we've got the green ones. So I've got a few things like, because I thought this one would go nice, and I did want to use one of those from Ali. Might have thought something like that. It's quite nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a lie down after I've finished this. So I am going to stick that down there. And I might stick some down that side. We shall see what he looks like. I can't really see. I don't know if I can't see because, you know, when you've got a cold and your eyes feel full of cold, I don't know if I can't see properly because of that, or if my glasses want cleaning. So that's that bit. Let's have a look. I'll see what that looks like once I've stuck everything else on. So I'm just gonna ink around this. And stick that at the back. I've got a bit of the tea stain dye in with a vintage photo because I've used the same dobber, but it might just tone down that vintage photo a little bit. Right, so that's that. Let's put the card in. So that's that. Now, do I want that down there? I quite like that. Yeah, I like that. So, okay, down here. Yep. Not too high. So that's that. Because I'm thinking even if I have it quite high, you've still got loads of room for a pocket if it, you know, gets in the way. But maybe it wants being about there. So yeah, I'm going to stick that there. I love those flowers that Alison's made. So that can go about there. Just ink around this. So if I have that there, I definitely don't want any more lace. I like that there. So yeah, I'm going to have that there. Okay, I don't think it needs anything else once it's got some more tags in and things. So that's that one. So that's 3 down, and I like how you can you can lift these up to create some more 3D. So yeah, I like that one. And this one, so I've cut another butterfly out because I really liked that green one, and I thought it went well with that. So I'm wondering what this would look like. Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to stick the sticker down first and see what that looks like. So that's there. And again, I think I'm going to have this one quite plain. Managed to cut the antennas like that one. It was the antennas was pretty decent. So that's that. Nice thing about this pad is as well, they're all backed with like a white wood effect, so you know, if you can see the other side, it still looks nice. Let's have a look what. I like that down there. Let me just lift that up a little bit. I'm going to do it on the wrong side because the right side's a bit more shinier. That. Let's just ink a bit more. The vintage photo is very nice with the tea dye already on it, kind of takes the orangey out of the vintage photo. Yeah, I quite like that. So that's that one, and then we'll put the card in there. So yeah, I'm quite happy with them. Really easy pockets, and obviously you can adjust them up how you want, do them whatever size you want, and that's that. So thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to go and have a bit of a nod now. Hopefully it'll just pass, and I shall see you again very soon. So bye for now.